What up, beautiful people? Welcome to an Empire episode game channel. I go by Day Day now, and today we're going to be talking about the halfway point of the 2025 NFL season. We're midway down. Surprise disappointments on both positions for the rest of the season. I just want to apologize for going off the grid for the past several months. I've been going through life, circumstances, and all that. And I will try to release episodes on bi-weekly schedule, I believe, slowly but gradually. So bear with me, y'all. Now, before we begin, I want to say my thoughts and prayers to Michael Nealon and his family. You know, my condolences to y'all. And I just want to say is, if you love and care about someone, just go talk to them every night and say you love them because you never know what life is going to hit you. We all need love and care in this world because that's who we are. So I want to say my thoughts and prayers and condolences. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So today I'm talking about the NFL surprises and all that. First of all, I'm going to start with the New England Patriots, as they've been putting on a show recently. They're 8-2, by the way. They're 8-2, and they're just 8-2 and leading the AFC East over the Buffalo Bears by 2 games. Surprisingly, they're putting Drake May as the MVP front runner at this moment. And honestly, I'm not surprised by that. See Vegas odds and stuff like that. He's passing for 2,555 yards, 19 tutties, and 5 interceptions for a quarterback rating of 113.9. That's pretty impressive. But you got talent around him. Trevion Henderson, the rookie running back out of Ohio State. Stephon Diggs, we know what he can do, and Hunter Henry. Then you got a top 10 offense. You got a top 10 defense. Mike Vrabel has done a fabulous job in his first year with the Patriots. He's a Patriot through and through, through and through. Of course, Belichick influenced him when he was playing for him in the early and mid 2000s, and that translates to tradition. Had Patriots who found their rejuvenated success. Are they going to 10 this year? I don't know. I don't have them seeing Kansas City and Buffalo when playoff times comes, but we're soon to see. My other surprise team this year are the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones in a new place, rejuvenated from fresh air place. And it showed 8-2 on the year. He's passing for over 2,600 yards, 15 tutties, and 7 interceptions, which is very impressive. Very, very impressive. But he's not their best player, I believe. It's Jonathan Taylor. I believe he should be the MVP this year if he continues on this. He's going on a tear, rushing for 1,139 rushing yards at 15 tutties, which is surprising, especially the game in Berlin against the Falcons when we went for 244 yards and 3 tutties, including the game winner in OT. I believe he should get the MVP. I know the quarterback is important. It's a important position in football, maybe in all sports, but I would give it to the best player each year if I had my vote, regardless of position. We have a magical season, if I had a vote. So if Jonathan Taylor continues his tail, he should get the MVP. That's just my opinion. I don't know what's your opinion. That's comment section who should be the MVP. What y'all think who should be the MVP this year? Biggest disappointments in the AFC. Start with my Raiders. There I know they're on a 3-game winning streak and stuff like that. They're 4-5, but we shouldn't even be in that position early in the year. Of course, Lamar getting hurt and the defense sucked tail, and injuries happen. And it's hampered during those 5 start. But still, we should be better than that. And like Kyle Henderson all the teams should be rolling over for them. I believe that's how we got cocky. That's shouldn't play no team right. This is the NFL. I don't care who they are. Like Dolphins beat the Bills. So what does that tell you? And my second favorite disappointment year is Cincinnati Bengals. Man, they cannot get a break in any year. Joe Burrow gets hurt in week 2 against Jacksonville with a toe injury. Doesn't come back till mid-December, I believe. And the defense, they got to be one of the worst defenses in the, if not the worst. So, and a little bit of contempt in toxic and Cincy, because of the defense performance. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase taking shots at them. I hope it doesn't go well for them. Doesn't do well this season, because they still got talent, If they can hang on, I know they got Joe Flacco. He's performing very well for them. Rejuvenate the offense because Jake Barney wasn't getting it done. Rejuvenate the offense, but the defense got to get it together. They got a new D coordinator. I'm not sure what his philosophy is, but he needs to get it together, And those are my surprises and disappointments of the AFC. Now, going on the NFC side, surprises for the NFC this year, I'm going to have to say the Chicago Bears and Ben Johnson. I've always been a fan of his ever since his last couple of years in Detroit. You got the Detroit job, obviously, for Caleb Williams, because Caleb Williams is a generational talent. As I said earlier this year, he expanded Caleb's talent with fundamentals and stuff like that, and I see it. So I believe he's going to do good things. Caleb's good things. He might be the first 4,000-yard passer. You have the Bears at 6-3. I believe the Bears will make the playoffs this year, or any setbacks and stuff like that. I believe Ben Johnson's that good, and Williams, Romeo Duzay, and stuff like that, and people like that. I believe he can do good. Offensive line, so well, he only had 1 sack, but he's like 9 pressures. I believe against the Giants and all that. So I believe they need to get that shortened out. But I believe they will make the playoffs. Not going as far, maybe bounce in the first round. I believe yeah. I'm impressed with Caleb Williams and Chicago Bears and all that. And the defense have been taking the balls away throughout the year. I think they're in the top, if not the top in the league in takeaways. That's an improvement. Second biggest surprise, Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks has been 8-2. They 7-2. They tied for the division. Los Angeles Rams. Sam Darnold rejuvenated his career last year. Obviously got the big contract in Seattle and is proving to. I'm a fan of Mike McDowell, former D coordinator with the Ravens. Really should believe that he should take over for that's successor. Whatever, that's just my opinion. Yeah, Mike McDowell got the defense, the scoring defense. He crushed the Cardinals yesterday. 2 touchdowns on the defense scoring. Look like the Legion of Boom 2.0 out there. When I saw the highlights, I'm like, wow. Against Arizona, but still, so, I don't think you're going to win the division because the Rams are playing that well, but there'll be a team in the wild card no one wants to play with. Biggest disappointments in the NFC. I'm going to have to go with the Commanders, first of all, because obviously Jane Daniels got hurt with throughout the year, and so that nasty dislocated elbow. Like, cringe every time and look away every time I see that. That's just as awful for my opinion in my case. And the offense, I thought the Commanders would have talent. While they trade for Deebo Samuel, still got Kevin McCollum, even though he hadn't played that much all year, and they got absolutely crushed by Detroit yesterday. Yeah, they 3-6 right now. Biggest disappointment. Now, I had them picked as the NFC Championship favorites. Me in the NFC Championship game, obviously, I was dead wrong on that this year so far. Yeah. And yeah, I hope Jane Davis came back happy because I think Dan Quinn is the right man for the job. He just made a dumb mistake leaving Jane Daniels in there against the Seahawks. So yeah, Dan Quinn, terrible decision, But yeah. And my second favorite disappointment this year is Green Bay Packers. Now, they're not a bad team, but they're not an overly great and awesome team, They're like, but it's just the inconsistency of Jordan Love. Nah, he's a top 10 a total of top 10 arm talent this year. I think Jordan Love is up there, But it's an inconsistency. Like, he lost to the Panthers this year, and he got proved against Philly, which it should be tonight as of this recording and all that. If he can just prove against Philly and Green Bay, and especially in Green Bay this year, they should do it. Now, at the moment, they are 5-2-1, which is not bad, but which is a good record, Like I said, I'm not having them at this point as favorites in the NFC so far, even with the Michael Pastor trade before the season starts. The defense been improved last year with Michael Parsons, a generation of the defensive players. They're probably the best defense player of this young generation, But Jordan Love got good. Now, he got the weapons. He got Josh Jacobs, Christian Watkins, Romeo Dobbs, and Jalen Reed. But he's got put together all season. I believe it's a letdown because he kind of choked. I believe he chokes. But, And that's my 2 disappointments in it. Now, bold predictions. Now, I believe that, here's my bold prediction. New England will win their division this year. They already beat Buffalo and Buffalo. I can think they can beat Buffalo in New England. They will win the division this year. That's my number 1 prediction. Number 2, Rams will make it to the Super Bowl. That's why I call it. Because number 1, I believe I believe Philly is not what they used to be with the Saquon with the running game, all that. I know Saquon might have saw a generational running back, but they can't win, which they need both Jalen Hurts and Saquon to win the games, you know. No, and AJ Brown just acting like a ungrateful diva, in my opinion. So yeah, ungrateful diva, in my opinion. Okay, Tams, I don't know what the problem is. He's on a Super Bowl winning team. He can good catches, all that. And them cryptic posts on social media is not working. It's not working. It's just doing damage, in my opinion. So a little contempt there. And I believe now the biggest threat to wins making it to the Super Bowl, I say Detroit because they crushed Washington yesterday. You know. Yeah, not a threat in my opinion. And I don't think they will win the division. They'll make it to the divisional round. Nah, they're not doing it this year, you know. So yeah, that's just my opinion. And yeah, so the Rams and the Yams will be in the NFC Championship this year. I bet money on that, you know, because Detroit's playing well. Jared Goff is so good, even though they lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn to head coaching jobs in the offseason. This is doing enough. And I heard Dan Carey was taking over for offensive play guard. He called a massive game, you know, against Washington. You know, I'm very surprised at that. I'm very, very surprised he called a good game. You know, and Lions got weapons, you know. David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, James Williams, I want to say Brown, you know, now you're going on. The defense, Kobe Joseph and Aiden Hutchinson leading the defense. I believe they will fall short against the Rams in the NFC title game. This is my opinion. You know, I believe they will represent, let's say, these two, the Rams, and a lot of them will be in the NFC Championship game. I have the Rams winning that championship game. Predict, third prediction. I have the Patriots beating the Bills in the playoffs. Whether it be as number 2 seed or the 6th seed, you know, be as the wild card team. I don't know. I had the Bills beat Patriots beating the Bears in the playoffs if they meet again. That's my bold prediction. For 3. 4. I had I had the Ravens and the Colts in the AFC title game. Why I say that? I believe Daniel Jones is more mature than Drake May at this point, even though Drake May is playing at MVP form, like I said earlier this morning. And I believe that they have the better team. I believe they have the better running back in Jonathan Taylor and the good defense that I was traded for Sauce Gardner and stuff like that. So I believe the coach, you know, and I say the Ravens because, like I said, even with the 1-5 side, we can run the table. The Ravens can definitely run the table this year and beat anybody that's playing for the rest of this year. I don't care what y'all said. Screw that. Y- Yeah, I really that's it in my 4 predictions. And that is it. I promise I will do longer episodes as the episodes go on. You just gotta bear with me. Like and subscribe to the channel down below and appreciate it. Now for now, thank you for watching Game Chat. My name is Dede